said they would do to her prior to killing her. Lately, he only dreams of killing those men. For him, the easiest part of the whole ordeal, or the easiest to accomplish at least. Sometimes, though, he dreams of fleeing for the border with Haley, the days it took them to reach it, the fact that they had barely made it out of that forsaken country with their lives. He has come to consider the memories of Thailand nothing more than a virus he has carried back with him and has yet to shake. Maybe the infrequency of his dreams means his body is at last purging itself. Maybe one day he'll wake up and realize he hasn't dreamed that dream in a long time, and maybe never will again. Haley's hand rests on his bare chest. He can tell by the lightness of her touch and the way her fingers are curled that sleep is close to reclaiming her. He hopes it will do the same for him soon enough. His eyes have grown accustomed to the dark, and he can see the tattoo that covers her right arm like a sleeve. One of the men had threatened to take her arm as his trophy. Johnny had gone after him first, breaking the man's neck and feeling his body, pressed against his own, go instantly limp. Johnny pushes all that from his mind now. We are our thoughts. Isn't that what the Buddha tells us? His heart is steadier now. He is calmer, and he wants to remain that way. He proceeds to count his breaths, just as Haley had taught him to do. As a one-time soldier, he'd endured some of the toughest training a man could, and yet meditating is easily the hardest thing he has ever attempted. It feels a little beyond him right now, so he listens instead to the ticking clock and focuses on the smell of Haley's hair. These are the things that matter, he tells himself. He repeats that again and again, till he once more believes it deep down, till he trusts it in that way we trust in things that are bigger than ourselves. All war is deception. Sun Tzu. Episode 1. Chapter 1. I'm going to need you to go somewhere and lay low until your next job, the man on the phone said. When I do call, I'll need you here within a matter of hours, not days. Understand? Vitali, sitting on the edge of a worn mattress in a motel outside Boston, answered that he did. He knew very little about the man who employed him, a disadvantage, considering that the man knew more or less everything about him. The only thing Vitali did know for certain was that this man, his benefactor for the past 3 years, was located somewhere in New York City. So the comment about being there within a matter of hours and not days meant that wherever Vitali did go to lay low and wait, it couldn't be too far from this part of the country. There was a pause during which Vitali looked toward the only window and allowed his thoughts to drift to the still vivid memory of this morning's kill. A middle-aged male who worked as a therapist. But Vitali didn't care what the man did for a living. He didn't care whether or not the man had deserved to die. He was no avenging angel. Nor did he care that the man had a wife and children. Vitali made a point of learning everything he could about his targets, so he had known all this going in. Still, while pleading for his life, the man had mentioned his loved ones, had even tried to show Vitali photographs of them that he kept in his wallet. Vitali had simply told him that it didn't matter. Once he was in possession of the item he had been sent to retrieve, he shot the man in the temple with a stolen handgun, then proceeded with his trademark professional calm to stage it, so the death would look like a motel suicide. The man on the phone spoke again, pulling Vitali from his memory. There's a good chance this is the job you've been waiting for. Again, Vitali simply stared into the glare of the east-facing window and said nothing. The steady sounds of speeding trucks and cars coming from the highway just beyond were a white noise he found pleasing. It also helped sustain his dreamlike trance. Though this morning's kill had taken place just a little over